Kimsey, we're scrapping the plans for the oil dump, and from now on we don't do anything environmentally unfriendly. I know it'll cost billions, but this is a debt we owe to a little girl and to a very special Marlin.
That's it? That's all there is? Oh, it sucks! No, sir! Anybody here got some tartar sauce?
Miserable moron!
What a creep! I want my money back.
A tad judgmental, aren't we?
On the bright side, they hit you harder in Little Princess. Duckman, maybe going to the movies has lost some of its allure for you. I have to admit, even I was surprised when you ran up and urinated on the screen screaming, "Swim in this, lickety."
Hey, it's an interactive culture. Try and keep up. Besides, I have a right to be P.O.'d aplenty. You see a movie called Lickety Split's Oily Adventure, you expect a little... Well, let's just say my very special Marlin came up dry. What's gagging this Googleplex? Where's the sex and violence Bob Dole promised? Well, I'm one webbed waddler who's weary of walking away whipped. I'll get my money back or annoy everyone trying.
Patrick Henry, right?
Are you the manager?
No, I beat him senseless with my bare hands, then dumped his cement-laden body into a nearby lake, just so I could wear his name tag.
You're an odd little man, but you got away with a witty retort. I'm here to demand a refund.
Sorry, no refunds. Says right on the back of your ticket stub, there's still no proof that our nacho cheese topping causes genital herpes.
I'm talking about your movies. If I wanted to pay good money for 2 hours of blather and no sex, I'd date.
Sir, I don't make the movies. I just unlock the doors and make sure the ushers put sawdust in the vomit puddles. If you really want your money back, perhaps you should complain to the president of the studio.
Hey, that may be a ridiculously stupid idea, but there's no reason I have to know that.
Pizza delivery?
Hell no. I'm an anonymous moviegoer who's so angry at a movie I just saw, there's no telling what I'll do to the president of the studio after I sneak into his office. I mean, yes.
Go on in. Like I want all the details.
I'm a shark now, driven by one purpose, getting my money back. Undeterred by the distractions of a major Hollywood studio. Unwavering, unblinking in my... Ooh, Earl Hellerman. And look, Lauren Tweez. Oh, no, could it be? Philip Michael Thomas. Anyway, Gramps, I got the fever. I can't believe I actually met the Black Ghostbuster. And what a lovely bunch of people this Hollywood crowd seems to be. I don't care what anybody says. They deserve all the awards they give themselves. Oh, right. My refund for the swill we get force-fed by these no-talent panderers.
Whoa, you can't fire me. I'm Paradox Prexy Salmon's Kegel. Besides, if I were going to lose my job, it'd say so here. Front page. Wassershine rankles, Kegel ankles. Studio head rolls. Paradox drops pay Kegel idea.
Do you ever listen to yourself?
Actually, I have someone who does that for me, but he's out today. His bar mitzvah or something.
Kegel, you nearly broke this studio. And you know why? Because you don't love movies. They're not about deal-making. They're about magic. They're about glamour. And you have no idea what these words mean. It's 9:55. As of 10 o'clock, if you want to come back on this lot, take the tour.
Hey, Stan! 5 minutes? That's barely enough time to come up with the storyline for the next Adam Sandler movie. How dare he talk to me like some kid from the mailroom? I haven't worked in the mailroom since January. I should give the keys to his little kingdom to a real incompetent. That'd show him. Heads up, people. Idea time. I'll give a huge production deal, creative control, final edit, ironclad to a complete idiot. He'll blow millions of washer signs money. It'll ruin the studio. I have the authority to do it till 10, which gives me 2 minutes to find the world's biggest moron. But where? Where?
I'm Duckman, and I just saw a steaming load you dropped called Lickety Split. It should have been rated PU-13. I want my 7 clams back. Not that they'll be the same 7 clams, I know. They'll be different ones, and sure, my 7 clams were really $6.75 in Crackle cereal bonus box and a sweet tart I passed off as a quarter. But there's a principle here, and if I knew what it was, you can be damn sure I'd be hearing about it. So if you don't do whatever it is I came in here to get you to do, I'll launch the most frivolous lawsuit you and your fancy $20 an hour lawyers have ever seen.
Can you write? Your name, I mean?
Oh, no, you don't. I make it a rule never to sign anything until my Ecuadorian business manager can look it over in his cell.
Sign it or my foot soldiers will destroy you!
Okie doke.
Mr. Duckman, you are now Paradox's newest mogul. You have the power to determine trends and tastes for an entire nation, to expose your ideas to a world eager for any kind of guidance. In short, Mr. Duckman, you are a Hollywood god!
Good luck, Dad. Make us proud.
Or at least try not to humiliate us.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I want to videotape this moment. Now, which is play and which is
Hey, you sick duck. Wipe this stuff off of me or it's an extra 50.
It came with the camera. Until I send for you, pretend to listen to your Aunt Bernice, boys. And remember, thanks to these, you'll always be with me.
Pictures of us?
No, your savings bonds. I need them for tips in the bar car. Come on, Corny. I call the upper berth.
I'll wear my rain hat.
So long, boys.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye. Adios.
Bye, Dad.
Bye.
I'm Paul Golden, Senior VP Production and third-generation Hollywood hanger-on. Though I didn't write, direct, edit, shoot, or perform in anything at all, I'm solely responsible for our 12 biggest movies last year. Hired the assistant who hired the reader who found the script, usual backstory. And might I add, though no one here has ever heard of you, your deal is the biggest any of us have ever seen, and therefore there's no one whose work we respect more. Here's your office.
Wow! This is an amazing office!
Duckman, be careful. Hollywood's past is littered with people who got taken in by all the opulence and fawning, then were changed by it and forgot about the things that were really important in their lives.
Corny, old worry warthog. I'll never sink so far into this world that I'll forget the things that are important to me. Like my children, Ajax, Charles, and Jumanji.
Mambo.
Whatever. The point is, my web celebra are firmly on a terracotta. This is one duck who isn't going Hollywood. Davey, tell Steve and Jeffrey I'll swing by for a looky-loo, but I won't even discuss DreamWorks SKGD. I wouldn't take fourth billing on Mount Rushmore. Right there? When did they add him? Well, let's not miss the point, okay, Captain Geography? Bye-bye. Corn-fed D-Pig Supreme. I have breakfast tomorrow with Oliver Stone. Make a reservation, but nothing spicy. Ollie's got a colon like a hamster. My aromatherapist needs Leno tickets. Make it happen, babe. Not too close to the stage, though. Jay tends to spit when he's on a roll. And cancel your plans tonight. There's a premiere shindig for the new Harrison Ford.
I'm going?
No, you silly fool. I'm going. You'll be doing the work I won't have time for. I'm going?
That didn't even sound like me. Duckman, did you read those scripts I found?
Oh, yeah, right. That's just why I got into movies, to read scripts.
But these are smart, provocative screenplays. If you just read...
Yawning! Come on, Corny. Scripts are words, and words are dead. If reading words was important, we'd still be teaching kids how to do it in school. Sizzle! That's what sells movies. Yep, which reminds me. Meg Ryan, please. Duckman. Thank you. Meg, hey there, ho there. I gotta tell you, I'm a big fan. When a man loves a woman, changed my life. I remember thinking, great idea. If I only date drunk chicks, I save the time and money of getting them drunk, you know? Meg? Mego? Yep. Hi. Thought I lost you there. Well, here's a skinny. I want you to star in my first picture. $340 million up front for you and a big back end, if you get my drift. No? Well, it's always been a dream of mine to see you in provocative lingerie, and I'm betting a lot of other men would pay to see it, too. Stunts are minimal, bending over to clip a toenail kind of thing, and I thought I'd call it Meg Ryan in her underpants. Huh? You like? Meg? Uma Thurman, please. Liv Tyler. Maya Angelou.
In what has to be the deal of the century, Hollywood's newest mega mogul, Duckman, is paying studio secretary Betty Furple $340 million to star in Betty Furple in Her Underpants, saying only that the unknown office temp was always my first choice. Normally, a price like that would scare the studio powers that be, but Stan Wasserschein and Paradox have three aces up their sleeves in Soapy, Soap Carbone, Billy Bruno, and Meinhard Braunbusser. With each one of them now shooting a Paradox action film overseas, the studio has three certain blockbusters whose combined box office should more than compensate for Duckman's shopping spree.
Dang, Duckman's spending all the studio's money, but those three stars are going to make it right back. I can't let them save the studio. I've got to stop them. But how? I've got it. I'll use Duckman to sabotage their movies, and I will regain my position on the mountaintop, finally pulled out of the hellish nightmare of squalor and misery I've been left with! Stevens, the bidet is out of Avion.
"5 minutes to air, Duckman. Are you sure you're ready for a televised interview? It's live, and almost every time you say anything out loud, it's ill-informed, insulting, or nonsensical. I mean, do you need that cigar lit?
I've never felt more at home than I do in Hollywood, Corny. I'm listened to, respected, and people are throwing way less bottles at me. My fantasies are all coming true. Or will be once I make Melissa Etheridge my wife.
That's a lie! Take that back!
Hi, Duckman. I'm Julie, and we'll jump right in after the commercial.
Got your Rooney news, babe. Nice script. Care to stay after the show and sample it on my handheld mic?
3, 2...
Welcome back. Next up, Hollywood's newest player, Duckman. We're here in his office at Paradox Studios, and Duckman, it looks like you're adjusting quite nicely to life in the fast lane.
You betcha. In fact, I just moved my family into a house in Bel Air that used to belong to Merv Griffin. Go away! Anyone can say they still live here!
Well, Duckman, spendthrift, visionary, or very lucky duck, the jury's still out. But one thing's certain, you're sure emptying the studio's bank account. How do you justify paying the largest star salary in history to a complete unknown?
I'll tell you, cupcakes. This is an industry built on perception rather than fact, run by businessmen who only understand numbers and don't have a clue about what's good and what isn't. So the key is to be perceived as good by being associated with the biggest and best numbers. Meaning if you have no talent, you can buy credibility. In essence, creating the illusion of quality by spending the most money.
Wow, how'd you learn so much in only a day and a half on the job?
I was looking for a strip joint and wandered into a Writers Guild meeting by mistake. Pissy little bunch. No wonder they're not allowed on the set.
And speaking of sets, we have word from the sets of the new movie starring Paradox's 3 action megastars, and your ears must be burning. Well, anyway, apparently they don't like being replaced as the highest paid stars in the world, and they're saying you'll fail because you, quote, have stupid ideas for movies.
What? The testosterone trio called me stupid? You ever talk to Carbone? Not exactly a rocket scientist.
This duck maligns me, and worse, by paying a woman more than me, he's forced me to renegotiate, despite my innate suspicion that $30 million is sufficient pay for one idea-free movie.
And Bruno? If he's such a big deal, what about the rumor I'm just now starting about he and that stripper he's married to? What's her stage name? Semi-naked?
I think she pronounces it Semi.
Whatever. The point is, I hear Mr. Action Star is Mr. No Action in the bedroom, if you get my drift. In other words, that popcorn comes without butter.
What the Is he saying my bevel ain't level? My cat's paw is coleslaw? My upfront's a blunt run?
Billy, this is just a movie set, and the plane is yours.
Hey, I'm in a mood.
And the other one, Meinhard, what a weenie. Take away 30 years of barbells and back oil and all you got left's a limp rag. Except not as smart. The guy's one large muscle and we're talking head to toe.
Me? All muscle? This time it's personal. Not that the other times I said that weren't personal too. They were personal, but this time it's just more personal compared to those other times, which were also personal.
Mr. Brombuster, you can't leave.
Can't is for character actors. Bring me the Humvee. Not the Hyundai. Never mind. I will stick shift his... I am starting to hatch a plan to... I am trying to say I won't show economy in Okay, now I am without an effective action guy joke, and this is making me want to hurt Duckman even more.
It's a glamorous, star-studded premiere for the opening of Planet Sycophant in Hollywood. We're high atop the abandoned, long-forgotten public library to give you the best view of the stars. And they're out tonight. Hugh Grant and Elizabeth Hurley are here. Looks like they drove together this time. And here comes Johnny Depp, looking rakish with his walking stick. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Kate Moss. There's Sharon Stone with the 25 lucky winners of MTV's Oh Boy, I'm Gonna Sleep with Sharon Stone contest. Ah, and there he is now, Hollywood's man of the hour, Duckman!
Good career move asking me to escort you tonight. Bottom line, at the end of the day, when the bird flies up over the hill or something, I forget what I was going to say. Anyway, I just wish those 3 overhyped has-beens were here now to bow down to the new king.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother ducker.
Yank to Lieber!
Hasta la rosta, duck. I become bellicose with each glimpse of your feculent visage. Fortunately, we radioed ahead and made sure all the buildings would be empty so no innocent bystanders would be harmed. We may destroy, but it doesn't mean we don't care.
Don't know what that is, but I can't see for... Shit!
There's a billboard up ahead. Hit the... brakes.
Action stars, my sewage-filled butt. None of them are a match for a hunka burning duck.
Go ahead, make our day. That's the best one.
Works, doesn't it?
You're telling me.
Sorry, fellas.
I'm grunting at you, pig.
There's no need for revenge. This whole thing has been a plot to manipulate you all and in turn ruin the studio. A plot hatched by him.
Just ignore that crack about the handheld mic.
All right, it's me. To complete my evil scheme, I posed as Julie Moran, which, by the way, I've been secretly doing for years at a club on La Brea. I knew if I got you three mad enough, you'd leave the sets, get arrested for killing Duckman, and cost Washerstein hundreds of millions of dollars.
There was a flaw in your plan. We would pay Stan back. Anything for you, Stan. You believed in us when we were starving Broadway gypsies. You sure did. Till you came along, we were living in one room, sharing tights and toe shoes. Shh. Why hide? We were young, it was spring.
I've got to know, how'd you figure it out? Was it the obscene amount of money for a production deal that gave a total incompetent the power to make movies?
No, they do that all the time. The truth is, I knew something was wrong when you didn't touch that piece of luscious butter pecan layer cake only offered at Planet Sycophant.
Of course. Everyone knows Julie's cuckoo about that nuttily moist mouthful of sweet, savory goodness served hot with gobs of caramel and rich vanilla ice cream.
Remember, Planet Sycophant, where the world revolves around us.
Anywho, the real Julie's unharmed. I found her hanging upside down in a wardrobe closet, stripped naked. As it turns out, kidnapping the host of a syndicated entertainment news program is only a misdemeanor. But you're at a Hollywood opening without having your name on the guest list, and in this town, that's a jailable offense.
Say, an indie deal run from prison has a certain novelty value? Make my assistant your one phone call. We'll talk. Duckman, your contract's no good. Go away.
Well, that's that. Now that we've, battled to the death, maybe we can do the schmooze thing. Summer in Oxnard, hit some Clipper games.
Yeah. Might have gone a little overboard this time. We blew up our own restaurant.
Not to worry. It was just millions of dollars spent on creating something with no intrinsic value for the sole purpose of making millions more. Hey, just like our movies.
Don't be upset. They have strict rules about spending time with anyone who can't do something for them. In fact, that's why we had to go with impersonations and caricatures, who are fictional and in no way meant to represent actual persons living or dead.
So, that could be it for our careers in show business. And it humbles me, partner of mine. For in the end, who are we to even dare to aspire to such heights? An industry so bathed in greatness should be left to those whose talent is outshone only by their desire to enlighten.
Where the world revolves around us.